district duels are heating up.
Black right now. Nobody move, nigga. Nobody move.
As playoff contenders rise to the top.
Stay on top. Stay on top.
Undefeated teams are put to the test.
Great job. Good luck to you.
And the action in 8A is on the rise. Heavyweight fights each and every week.
1, 2, 3.
On the Friday Night Blitz.
This is Action Sports Jack's Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Subway Restaurants.
Come out fast, man. No fear, no hesitation, nothing holding you back. All right? Believe in your ability, believe in the guy next to you, believe in the plan. All right? Come out ready to play ball. Ready to play.
Ready! The defending state champs just 2-2 on the season. Remember last year, Mandarin went 6-4 and then won 5 straight to claim the trophy.
That's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? Welcome, everybody, to the Friday Night Blitz, the halfway point of the season, Dan.
All right.
Whichever year makes us scratch our heads wondering, where did half the season go?
We've already had some exciting finishes and big upsets this season. Let's see what tonight holds. A look at what's to come. The next 30 minutes, including our fans of the week, always get loud on a Friday night.
Walter Simmons and Oakleaf flying high, Crescent would ground the Knights' offense.
A Jaguars rookie looks back at his high school days. That's coming up.
And a strike up to the band. It's all on the way here on the Blitz tonight.
The Game of the Week, sponsored by McGowan Medical Centers.
Room for this District 8A matchup, Mandarin and Nease. Carson Beck, a screen pass to Tristan Riley. There he goes. Pass the defender, scoots for 49. Touchdown right off the rip. First possession of the game, 7-0. Then a little bit later, Arntranius Mack finds a hole, makes a guy miss, and then has a lot of space in front of him. That would be a touchdown. It would be 14-3. Good patient run as he takes it to the house. Mandarin would pour 4 touchdowns on in the second half, 3 of them in the third quarter. Another nifty run. Watch this one down the sideline, Dan. Cut back after that.
Pretty.
Mack and Cameron Daniels had a heck of a game. They help out Carson Beck. The defense does the job, and Mandarin beats Nease 42-3. Carson gets a lot of attention, but he also needs some help. You guys seem to help him out. If you can run the football like that, you'll be all right.
We have to. We have to help him out. It's not just an individual game. It's a team sport. Football is a team sport. So you get the proper blocks for Carson. He can throw a good ball, good receiver routes. Again, it takes all of us, not everybody.
How good was your offensive line tonight?
They played tremendous. It was fantastic. Oh, my God. It's ridiculous how they block. And y'all think tonight was the best blocking? We got more games to come. So watch out for them. That's all I got to say. Watch out for them.
Do you feel like the season settled down for you now after all? Everybody, you had a target on your back, and now you guys
We love the target. We love the target. Because when you're the man, people want to take what you got. So, again, we love the adversity. We love the attention. Because every time we play somebody, we want to make a statement. Y'all seen on the board. Scoreboard says it all.
It sure did. Cameron Daniels, I love you, man. 42-3. They end up getting it done. Now, here's what's next. Rains and Sandalwood at the Graveyard. That is coming up next in our Action Sports Jack's Game of the Week. 6 o'clock start on ESPN 690. We'll stream it on all the social channels as well. Speaking of Sandalwood,
big test for the Saints. Oakleaf coming to town. District game. And, hey, look who's on hand. There's Manny Diaz, the Miami Hurricanes coach, has a couple players in this one committed to his Canes. Might be interested in a few more. Jeff Sims is an FSU commit. Bad luck here. Receiver takes a pop. Ball goes into the air. Right into the big defensive tackle's hands. That's an INT. Knights
nice
would
play by the big fella.
Oh, yeah, get it into the red zone and hand it to their defensive end. Yeah, Chance Williams in the Wildcat takes it for a score. At that point, Oakleaf led 30-14. Sure is. Sandalwood needing some momentum in the fourth as they get it, as Walter Simmons doesn't handle the snap. Christian Ellis falls on it. Sims takes him down the field, finishes the drive with a dart to Winford Anderson. Zip. They convert for 2, and it's a 1-possession game. But Simmons closes this thing out on a big 3rd and 5, scampering and then taking off. 47 yards to pay dirt. Oakleaf 37, Sandalwood 22. Here's Stuart Weber.
Here with head coach Frank Garris after a big district victory. I know you were talking to the guys after, really emphasizing, hey, these are the games where you got to step it up, that district game. You guys go out there and get it done.
Yeah, no doubt. We talked to the kids all week about emptying the tank, You have an opponent like Sandalwood where they've got a lot of talented players all over the field, and we say, look, we're going to make up with it with our discipline. We're going to make up with it with the extra effort we give everything we do in all phases. And I think the kids, it showed out in almost all situations there. Can't be more proud of the kids the way they executed.
And then to hold them scoreless the entire third quarter, coming out of that break, you sometimes worry about that other team kind of picking up some momentum. You guys were able to stop that completely just by pitching that third quarter shutout and really getting the momentum on your side.
And that's something our defensive coordinator and our defensive staff, Coach Bradburn, and those guys really harp on as far as third quarter shutouts, because it is, you're right, it's big for momentum. And the big thing there is we were able to get a separation score and always kind of keep it a one-touchdown game at that point at the minimum. So I felt like the guys on defense had some really big plays in order to do that. So.
Did you sense that maybe your players got a little more hype knowing that, hey, the Miami head coach is on the sideline here watching not only the two guys he's got committed, but, hey, everybody else out there too?
Yeah, no doubt. Coach was here earlier on campus, and you got guys on both teams. You know, obviously 8A football in Florida, there's a lot of kids going around. But, yeah, I mean, we got two guys who are committed to Miami. They knew the level of play, what it was going to be like. They know there's guys on the other side of football. You know, Chance's going to Miami, and we're going to snap him the ball. He's one of our best players, and when we need him to run the football, he's going to run the football. So you get the best in district play, and yeah, there's a little extra oomph when you see guys wearing those colors, you know, or college coaches around. There was more that I think people didn't recognize, but yeah, the guys enjoyed the environment and played well to it.
Well, you took a chance, and it paid off. 37-22, the victory for Oakleaf. Let's send it back to you.
Well, Fleming Island 4-0. Creekside looking to take that next step, get a big W. Fleming Island, though, up 27-0 in the third. They kick to the Knights. Jack Goodrich catches it, starts covering ground, shakes a few tackles, gets some blocks, and then pushed out of bounds. So a nice return for number 10. Knights have some fire. Quinn Seeger throws a bomb to Goodrich, and he's got it. Barely gets into the end zone, but barely counts. Creekside on the board. Goodrich is a good one. Golden Eagles deep in their own territory. Timmy Thomas gets a handoff. Oh, look at this. He's off to the races. Big gainer before finally getting pushed out of bounds. Muscling up at the end of that one, too. Sam Singleton makes noise next. Fires through a pack of Knights for another Golden Eagle touchdown. Fleming Island looking good tonight at Creekside. They win 37-21.
Two of the early front runners in District 3 5A, Westside and Baker County. First quarter, Alex Bowen leads his team down the field and finishes the drive himself, the old one-yard keeper. Wolverines add 3 with a field goal, but the Wildcats add 6. A huge hole opens, and it's a 54-yard foot race by Jamarian Baker. Nobody's going to catch him. Huge run puts Baker up 13-3 in the second quarter. But hold the phone! Westside comes right down the field. DJ Otis hits Jared Ely in the front of the end zone. 3-point game now in the second quarter. Final, how about this one? Westside 24, Baker County 20.
Great win for Coach DeBose and Westside. Another name opponent for Trinity Christian, Pahokee in town, coached by Demir Bolden, brother of
Anquan.
Yeah, down 21-0 coming out of the halftime locker room. Blue Devils looking for a spark. They find it. Quarterback J.Z. Tracy keeps himself to bring Pahokee within 14 at Trinity Christian. But here come the Conquerors. Fred Davis in for the injured Ja'Cory Jordan. Davis calls up his QB pass and finds Marcus Burke in the front corner of the end zone. Burke's been playing really well the last few weeks. More points for Trinity is Fred Davis again. This time to Fred Highsmith. Hey, Fred's everywhere. What a grab. Kept his concentration off to the end zone. All Trinity the rest of the way. They got the 42-7 win over Pahokee. Marcel Robinson with Verlin Dormany.
I'm here with Victoria's head coach, Verlin Dormany. We've done this quite a few times, and we've also done that quite a few times, 42-7. Tell me about what a one-sided game this was.
You know what? I thought we did a good job. It's kind of added to what we did last week against Carroll City and Pahokees. And they got a lot of athletes on that team. They're really, you know, did a great job. But I thought our offensive line is getting better. You know, not having our quarterback this week hurt us a little bit, but Fred did a good job. He stepped in and completed some great passes, and defense did a great job.
And you just spoke to the team and said it just a second ago. This road doesn't get any easier. We've been talking about this gauntlet for a long time. Next up, you got Booker T.
You know what? Our kids will be focused. Monday, they'll come in and we'll get in film, and then you know, we'll go to practice and just kind of iron out what we did wrong, and then start getting ready for Booker T. It's a short week. We'll practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then probably get on a bus and go down Wednesday night, and then get a walk through down there on Thursday and then play Thursday night. So it's going to be a short one and a long ride.
All right, well, we'll get started on Monday for the next Saturday and Sunday. Let you enjoy a little bit.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
That's a victorious head coach, Verlin Dorman of Trinity Christian, a winner, 42-7 over Pahokee. Let's toss it back to you guys.
All right, Mark Brunell's Episcopal Eagles dropped their first game of the year last week. Want to bounce back with Crescent City. Eagles leading 6-0 in the first. Jake Barker makes an interception, but Joquan Williams makes a nice hit. Oh, jars the ball loose, and the Raiders recover the fumble. Wow. Meanwhile, on the sideline, Eagles assistant coach Kevin Hardy, the former Jag, giving instructions to the defense. Crescent City takes advantage of Episcopal's miscue. Nate Scott takes the snap and runs right up the middle. Look at him push the pile forward with the help of his teammates. That's a touchdown. Ref isn't so sure, but yes, it is a touchdown. We move ahead to the second quarter. It's Scott with a touchdown pass to Jeremiah Roof. The roof is on fire. Sorry. Just before halftime, it's Scott with another touchdown run. Crescent City up 21-6 at halftime. But gang, check this out. 4 seconds to go. Tucker Tomberlin, last play of the game, rolling right.
Stay steady, camera.
Stay steady. Ja'Cory Scott. Earthquake. Touchdown, Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. 26-21, Episcopal.
Wow, how about that? Great win. Sorry. Good finish. Right down the road, Bishop Kenny hosting the Ed White Commanders, homecoming everywhere. And at Bishop Kenny, too. The Crusaders leading Ed White 21-20 in the third quarter when Grant Travis goes deep for Jamarius Harley. And there goes Harley all the way down to the 2-yard line. Rev it up. A few plays later, Kentrell Williams scores on a touchdown run, and the Commanders take a 28-21 lead. Here we go, back and forth later in the third. One of the best runs you'll see tonight. Maybe put it in the play of the week candidate pile. Jason Peterson. Race about 5 look at that little cutback there. Nice. Oh, and he stays on his feet there. I thought he was going down to the ground. Touchdown, 36-21. Commanders. I love the celebration. Where'd that guy come from? The Crusaders responded. George Farman airs it out for Trevor Stockard. And that's a touchdown. Fireworks at Kenny tonight. Kenny cuts the lead 36-28, but Ed White goes on to win it 44-28. Whew. Fans of the weekend, half a dozen more games. A lot of fun tonight on the Blitz.
Yeah, the dash is on the way. And making of a program, the Reigns Run continues. Some proud alums talking about playing at the Graveyard. That's next on the Blitz.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Blitz. I'm Blair. I'll be in concessions tonight. We have nachos, we have hamburgers, hot dogs, popcorn, and Chick-fil-A. Please join us. Go Mustangs! Can you make it?
We are the men of Mustangs. Friday Night Blitz.
You're watching Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Subway Restaurants.
As a scene, 25-30, has some room to run up to the 40.
Oh, the kicker.
And the kicker, Levine, is able to come up with a big tackle. And look at the Mandarin sideline as they are going crazy after the big hit.
Everybody loves when the kickers get involved.
Sully was better than you.
Sully was awesome, man. The kicker. I tell you what, it's so funny coming off the field. Levine, there was a little kid that said, hey, are you going to get me that clip or what? Well, there you go, little kid. You just saw the clip.
There you go.
Good stuff. Hey, next stop on our Action Sports Jax Game of the Week. Take us to the Graveyard next week. Sandalwood at Reigns. Should be a good one on Friday night. Hear the game on ESPN 690. Watch the game on our social media platforms. And by the way, Mandarin won that game tonight, 42-3.
Hey, it's the Beach Rats. They're out there at Fletcher raising Cane. They're excited. Fletcher at Atlantic Coast doing battle tonight on homecoming weekend for the Senators.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Friday Night Blitz. Brent Martineau, Dan Hicken, halfway home in the high school football regular season.
Season moving along, but the temperatures still feel like July. Hot one in many places tonight.
I'm out, hit somebody in the mouth. Blue Devils on 3, Blue Devils on me. 1, 2, 3, Blue Devils.
Staying on the road against Baldwin on a great night for football. 20 seconds into the game, Xavier McGriff tells the Baldwin offense to wait a little bit longer. He takes the opening kickoff.
Oh, nice move.
Goodness, 97 yards to the crib, we like to say.
I like you calling it the crib.
Crib, baby. Indians up. Marcel put that one in the crib. Indians up 7-0. That's how you start a football game. Following the Stanton punt, Indians offense keeps it on the ground, and Amos Porter walks in to finish the drive with the score, 14-0. Still in the first quarter, all Baldwin. This time they put the ball in the air. Bryce Tompkins connects with Christian Sanders. 21 points in 21 minutes for the Indians. You get the idea. 42-6 win at homecoming night.
Two teams looking to get a run going with a win. Atlantic Coast and Fletcher. We just saw the fans of the week at the beach. Now we see the highlights. Miles Montgomery has played well for the Senators. Gets the home team on the board first. Touchdown run right through traffic in the end zone. It would be 10-0 when the Stingrays go for it on 4th down. Joshua Davis says, not going to happen. Big stop in the backfield. Forces a turnover on downs. Second quarter, the Beach Rats turn that into points. Devin Lingle to Demetrius Pettis. Touchdown Fletcher just like that, 17-zip. Give the Stingrays credit. They come back and score right before the half. Ridge Jacobs, he can sling it. Rolls left, squares the shoulders, throws deep. Patrick Bryant's got it, good player. Not enough though, Fletcher wins. 45-17. Just think about it as helping your pops or maybe your granddad. I give you the Dash.
The Dash is proud of all young Dashers and Dashettes. The Dash was in St. Augustine tonight at a rehearsal dinner for his friend Kentucky Jeff. Shout out to the matrimony tomorrow.
Congratulations.
So tonight, the kids from TV production at Ridgeview lent the Dash a helping hand.
Dan's Dash, brought to you by the Southern Chevy Dealers. Find new roads.
Panthers taking on county rival Orange Park. This game remains scoreless all the way into the third quarter when the home team would go ahead. Max Monroe gets outside, takes the contact, crosses the goal line. Raiders respond through the air. Tavian Wilkerson with a beauty of a pass to Alex Collier. That's a touchdown for Orange Park. Under 8 minutes to play in the game, still tied. Vincent Walker fires a strike to Sean Dixon. That is the decider. Orange Park gets the dub. 13-7 is your final.
I'll tell you what, those kids do a good job on the camera.
Great job.
Over at the backyard, it's Lee hosting the Broncos from Middleburg. Sign on McDuff Avenue. Congratulations to Lee's Teacher of the Year, Natasha Morrison. Miss Morrison teaches math, activities director, senior class sponsor. She does it all. First play on offense for the Broncos. Pass picked off by Isaiah Jones of the Generals, and they're in business in the backyard. That would lead to this touchdown run by Alvin Gibson. Option play. Generals taking early 6-0 lead. Later in the first quarter, Cole Zara to a wide open Terry McKinney looking deep. And, oh yeah, he was wide open. He takes a 12-0 lead. The Broncos start to get something going. Joe Justino connects with Taj Gonzalez for a long gain. Ball got popped at the end of the play, but hangs on. A few plays later, Justino, though, would lose the football. Broncos come up empty. Lee wins 38-6 tonight.
Clay Blue Devils hoping to jumpstart their season against Gainesville Eastside. First quarter, Clay defense at work. Deion Jenkins gets a handoff and gets dropped by a fleet of Devils for a big loss. Rams took it personally. Jenkins blasts up the middle for a touchdown. Now, I want you to watch this Gator fan. Rams quarterback Anthony Richardson. Amp Richardson, he's your future. Oh, he looks good. Slings one right there to Anthony Morgan for a 30-yard gain. Eastside jumps out to an early lead. Watch him run now. There he goes. Oh, man among boys.
He really does look like that. I mean, he looks like he's 3 feet taller than everybody else.
Eastside beats Clay.
All right, we continue our in-depth look into the Reigns football program with another look at some of the players carrying on the legacy of the proud program.
There is no shortage of talent that has made a name for themselves at the Graveyard. It's a standard the Vikings hold near and dear to their hearts.
I like to see what our school has become and what they're doing. I had a younger brother that went to championship, the state championship when I went, but we didn't win, but he won the state championship. So every time I see him, be like, I got a state championship ring. You don't. To me, this feel good because that's what all our school produced. From the older players like Lewis Nick that played at Notre Dame, that just showed us, like me, Mike Pickney, Rick Wells, from all the other schools, that we can do anything that we put our mind to. It's not all about just where you live at, your environment, what you live in. You can also step out of it.
This is nothing new from the Vikings community. Kinley, Marshall, Pickney are just a few names that stick out in recent memory. But if you wind back the clock, you'll discover that turning out top-tier talent is just business as usual, including one particular individual that went from a backyard banger to an NFL Hall of Famer.
Whose house is this? Whose house is this? Let them know whose house this is.
Where I started at and bringing hope to the place that I came to high school at and the community that I grew up in, bringing hope to these youth, I thought was a lot more powerful of a statement to allow them to see once again that someone cares.
One of Dawkins' former teammates during his time with the Philadelphia Eagles was a member of the first Reigns State Championship team back in 1997. cornerback Lito Shepherd.
It's definitely great to be a part of such prolific programs. We've produced a lot of quality guys and, professionals in the world out of our community, and hopefully we continue that brand, and it's definitely a reign standard.
It's your bar number one. It's your bar number one. It's your bar number one.
Hey, stick with us through the season as we're releasing a new episode in our 7-part series right here on the Friday Night Blitz every couple weeks. Find the full videos on all of our social media platforms, including Facebook and Twitter, YouTube, and your favorite streaming devices. More of the Blitz coming up.
We are the Nease Panthers, and this is the Friday Night Blitz.
You're watching Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Subway Restaurants.
My best memory was probably we went to state for the first time with small high school, Division III, Paso Robles High School.
He is picked off by Josh Oliver, and he would take it back 30 yards for the game's first score.
The guys kind of rallied together, and we all played for each other and went to state, so that was always like a huge memory that I've had. It's something I always go back to with football.
Josh Oliver, remembering those Friday nights. We need him to start playing on Sundays.
That'd be nice.
That hasn't happened, won't happen on Sunday against Broncos. We'll be in Denver, though, of course, for the Jags. Countdown to kickoff 11:30 on CBS 47. The game's a late one, 4:25, and then post-game show right after, followed by Action Sports Jax primetime. Word is Jalen Ramsey flying back to Jacksonville will play in the game, travel to Denver with the Jags. A lot of rumblings about that tonight. We spent the whole night watching some Friday Night Football, high school style, and that means we got to find ourselves a game of the week, Dan.
Yeah, we get one play, and we're going to show it to you right now.
The play of the week is brought to you by Farrah and Farrah.
Here we go again. Bring it back to the Mandarin game. The kicker just destroys the returner.
What's the
Mr.
kicker's
Levine,
name? Do we know
what a hit.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
All right.
He was tremendous tonight, actually, by the way. Had 5 extra points.
All right, let's throw some sandwiches out to the fans. Subway sandwiches go out to the fans. They make these catches. They get a little, they get their hands on them, get a little juicy, but they're good to eat anyway. Actually, they're shirts. We kid.
Join us every Friday night for the Friday Night Blitz, including at 11:20 on CBS 47 and Fox 30 in case you missed anything. And we'll try to show you a couple more games that we got in a little bit late.
Crank up the band. St. Augustine this week. Love to go down there. Don't mess with the Yog Dog or the band.
Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jax Friday Night Blitz, sponsored by Subway Restaurants.